Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be reviewing, recapping, whatever you want to call it, Seeking Sister Wife Season 3 Episode 5 called Sharing is Caring. Yeah, I think we all know who is sharing. Okay, so I have recapped other episodes. They will be in the eye, they will be in my description box, and they will be on my channel in general, so be sure to check that out. Be sure to like this video, comment below on Seeking Sister Wife, episode 5, any other episodes, really, whatever you want to comment, and be sure to subscribe to my channel. Okay, keep watching. Thanks. Okay, so hold on, let me get rid of this gum. That's not a good look. Also, I like to pop my gums really loud, so let's just get rid of that. Okay, wow, my forehead is shining. Okay, anyway. So first up, the Merrifields. What to say about the Merrifields? It's a messy situation. That's pretty much, the only thing to say about it. And anyway, let me get right into it. My first thing that I wrote is Danielle is struggling, and I think we can all agree that that is true. Danielle is indeed struggling. She is unraveling. She is not doing well with this whole assignment, setup. She's not doing well. She got some assurance from Roberta and Garrick that they're not going to leave her, but it's like as soon as that happens, something else happens. She can't get a level playing field. It's like something's always going to pop up, especially on this trip, to make her second guess the relationship. Yeah. Let's see what else happens. Oh, I have a whole little page here. So, geez. After the whole fiasco of the wedding planning meeting, Garrick and Roberta went to bed early. And the next day, he talks about how they got intimate, and he said they had quality, passionate, intimate cuddle time. And I'm just like, ew. And I keep talking about the fact that when Garrick delivers something, it's like very direct, matter of factly, like no emotion behind it. And he did the same thing with this. He was like, yeah, we got quality, passionate, intimate cuddle time. Yeah. It's like, okay, congratulations. Like, I'm happy for you. Anyway, yeah. Mm. Mm-mm. Yeah. Anyway, so they decide to do like a throuple date or whatever, and they went camelback riding. Camel riding? Is it camelback riding? I mean, where else would you ride a camel? It's like, why do they say horseback riding? Like, where else would you ride a horse? Camel riding. They rode on a camel. And then they went out to dinner, and Roberta revealed that the first night that they landed in their first night of vacation, she revealed to Danielle that they actually got intimate. And you can tell that Danielle tried to play it off. She like started laughing like, haha, hee hee. She was trying to play it off like, duh, I expected it. But then it cut to the confessional and she's like, I'm trying to figure out when this happened. She's thinking, I was in the room pretty much the whole night, so when would this have gone down? She's so confused about that. You can tell her mind is actively trying to recall a time when this could have happened, and she plays it off, to Roberta, like, oh, that's okay, that's expected. Roberta felt like a sigh of relief, and Garrick is looking like, why did you reveal that to her? You know, it's like three different emotions going on. And my question is, was it necessary for Roberta to reveal that? But I also think that that is who Roberta is. She wants to include Danielle in the aspect of the relationship. And I think she felt like that was needed in that moment. I don't, yeah. Garrick obviously was fine on taking that to the grave or taking that, you know, until the episode came out. But Roberta, it was obviously like on Roberta's heart, so she needed to divulge that. Yeah. Because then I also wrote, they spent the night in bed, like, you know, whatever they did in bed. And then she slept in the bed with them. Ooh, yeah. That would, that would make me, you know, a little bit upset, you know. And then after that reveal, and if you watch the episode, you can tell on Danielle's face that she was not happy about this revelation. You know, and Garrick, timing is everything, okay? There's a time and place, you know, read the room. Garrick uses that time to reveal that he wants to take Roberta away for like the day with just Garrick and Roberta. And, you know, I can't remember, but I think Roberta asked Danielle, like, is that okay? And she's like, yeah, of course. And all I put down is, thank goodness she has those glasses, because at least through the screen, you could tell that her eyes were, you know, her eyes were telling one thing while her mouth was saying another. You could definitely tell through the screen that was conveyed. I don't know if Garrick picked up on it. And then he talks about, oh, while we're gone, maybe you can take care of some stuff for the business. What? Who? Like, oh? Garrick, learn to read a room, buddy. That was not the place to reveal that you wanted to go on a day trip with Roberta alone. That was not the place. And it certainly was not the place to then turn around and ask your wife to take care of business matters while you're gone. You know? I think 2 out of 3 persons thought that dinner went well, and one person was like, what do I always say when I end talking about the Merrifields? Poor Danielle. And what else do I always say? Danielle, you get yourself a brother husband. That's the only way for this to work. She needs a brother husband, in my opinion, but what do I know? You know what I'm saying? Poor Danielle. Okay. Next, we have the Snowdens. So, I have to make a change, because in my last video I actually spelled Taylor's name wrong. And Taylor, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. Her name is Tayler. Very pretty, but I'm so sorry I spelled your name wrong. I'll make sure that it's correct up above. But Taylor really likes Dimitri. Like, she really likes Dimitri. Like, she was feeling Dimitri. Yeah. So I guess because, like I mentioned before in the last video, Taylor doesn't have any kids. You know, she's not attached to anyone back home type of situation, not like Crystalline is. And so they took Taylor to an art/paint craft place. Like, I don't know if they were painting pottery, but you know those places where you go and like paint a cup or something like that. And they took the whole family because they said it's really important that the dynamic is established, that it's not just Taylor coming into Dimitri and Ashley's life, he's also coming into their children's lives. So she really has to be able to integrate to all aspects of their life. So they did like a family night and it went well. But yeah, as they're having like hard conversations here, I can like they said a regular family takes work. You know, you're talking about mom, dad, type of situation, and you know, kids, mom, kids, you know, whatever your family setup is, it takes work. Now you're bringing another person in, it's gonna take extra work. You know, there's another level that has to get along. And I think I mentioned this, was it Vanessa, was it the Clarks that I mentioned this? But my whole thing is, you know, the sister wife and Dimitri have to get along, the sister wife and Ashley have to get along, the sister wife and the kids have to get along. It's like multiple layers that need to get along. So yeah, everyone needs to get along, you know. Like I said, whatever your family dynamic is, takes work, but this takes extra work. Like they said, they want to make sure that Ashley's already there. They want to make sure that Taylor is in it for the long haul. They don't want another Vanessa situation, certainly. And like they said, I think the first episode, they don't want to put their kids through another type of situation. You know, the kids are going to get attached and then the person leaves. They don't want that anymore. So not only did Taylor go out with the family, but she went out with Ashley separately. And she actually divulged that she thought polygamy was tied to a cult, which is what I think you've always heard of when it comes to polygamy, because I think of the show, I think it's called Escaping Polygamy, that used to be on Lifetime. I'm not sure if it's there anymore, but those people were in polygamy, but they were also in a cult. So I think that's true, that unless you have other exposures, for most people, polygamy equals a cult. So the title was actually brought to you by Taylor, because she's the one that said sharing is caring. And during their date, or during a confessional, Ashley actually revealed that after the family date, she had some reservations about Taylor because of some of the answers that she was giving. So she said she was glad that she was able to get like a one-on-one with Taylor. I think I keep mixing up their names. Ashley was having reservations about Taylor after the family date, but now during the one-on-one, Ashley is feeling Taylor. She's liking Taylor. She's getting the answers that she's looking for with Taylor. Yes. Got it, AJ. But yeah, what I said is Ashley is seeing positives. She's seeing that maybe, you know, she's had time to reflect or whatever needed to happen, but Taylor is confirming that she's ready for this type of family now. They even had a little talk about sharing Dimitri and the schedule that would be required by Dimitri. She even included Crystalline. So it definitely seems like, and I had that question in a previous episode, they are considering Crystalline and Taylor as a sister wife. So it could be two coming in. Two, not three. Two coming in. But yeah, they talked a little bit more about intimacy, and, you know, actually made it clear that, you know, this is the boundary that has been set. Nobody crosses it. And the reason that it was brought up is because Taylor's actually going on a date with Dimitri. So Ashley made sure to reiterate the rules and boundaries that have been set. And she even said that, like, you have to be on a diet for 21 days. She said that they're on an alkaline diet, so that would be required of someone for 21 days. It's like a whole process that the person has to go through before they can be intimate with Dimitri. So it's not just like, hey, we're together now. It's, hey, we're together now, but you also still have to continue doing XYZ. So yeah, needless to say, you know, like I said from the beginning, the Snowdens are ready for this. Like, things have been worked out. They're on the same page when it comes to a sister wife. So that's why I feel like it could work out for them. I think, you know, they know the boundaries, they know the rules, they know what they're looking for, they know everything. Everything's already been talked, discussed, ironed out. It's just about finding the right person to fit that mold. Other people, it's murky. Very, very murky. But yeah, that's the Snowdens. Okay, and next we have the Joneses. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Yeah. So next we have the Joneses, which I just said. I was just reminiscing because we don't see other couples during COVID, I don't believe. I don't know when everyone else's um, shots for shot clips were made, but we actually see the Joneses and it's COVID time, and it has to be like the beginning of when COVID was getting bad because Tasha was actually making and distributing masks. So this is the only family, I believe, that we've seen battling COVID, which is interesting. So if you remember from previous episode, Sidian had asked a woman named Faith out from the bar, and Faith ultimately decided that this was not the lifestyle for her, so they're no longer together. However, they met Elena. I think they said like right before everything shut down, they met Elena, and she's not new to polygamy. She's used to polygamy. She's done it before. And it seemed like everything was going well. Tasha said that Sidian asked her to go to the car so he could have like a private with Elena, and she like really appreciated that. One, it's not in your face, and two, you know, he has to cultivate that relationship. So they thought things were moving along, they thought things were trucking, and then yeah, COVID happened. Like COVID happened, and they said that things pretty much just got shut down. They weren't communicating as much, they weren't talking, they weren't FaceTiming, and they just weren't cultivating the relationship like they were before. And when they met up with Elena later on, she said it's not working. She basically told them, no thank you, and that was ex-nayed as well. So yeah, I think, I don't know if they mentioned it, but in what they're going to do is they are actually going to go online, like I think a lot of people did during COVID. They turned to online dating. You know, you always see that Match.com commercial where they allow like video Zoom dates and stuff like that, and that's kind of what they're going to do. They're going to be switching to online dating. So they were moving and grooving for a while, and then plans changed, and that is Keeping Up with the Joneses. Okay, I'm so sorry for that. Anyway, okay, is this my last one? The Clarks? Yes, last but not least, we have the Clarks. So, Gerard and Vanessa were discussing the situation with Kayla. Yeah, so, I'm about to repeat it. So we see that Gerard and Vanessa are discussing the situation about Kayla, not with Kayla. And Vanessa basically advised Gerard that he needs to be more patient and gentle with Kayla. Like, it seems like he pushes her a little bit too far. Yeah, you know, and he later on described her as like, he said that Kayla is small, but she's mighty. He basically said that she's very protective. And I think that because that is how he comes across, he feels like he can, you know, push her a little bit more. But you can't have like, obviously that's not going to work. You know, just because someone can take it doesn't mean that they're going to allow you to take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's pushing her, and I guess he thinks that she'll just absorb it and keep it. And it's like, no, you're attacking me, I will attack you back type of situation, you know? So I think that's probably why he came at her harder, is because he just thought that she could handle it. And, you know, I guess she reached her breaking point and she was sick and tired of having to handle it. So she's expressing herself. And yeah, so they finally come and talk about it, and they feel like they're not communicating well, which is obvious, I think, you know. Kayla says she'll spend more time with the family. That's also what Gerard wants. So they're basically, they want the same thing, but they didn't know how to communicate that they wanted the same thing. So yeah. And Gerard kind of said that it's helping, the grind is helping with money versus presence. He was basically saying that, like, her hustling for money, not hustling, wrong phrase. He's basically saying that her having a job is not as important as her presence. You know, he was saying that we want more time with you, and that contributes more to the family than you having a job. But previously, Kayla kind of mentions that she wants something else. Just staying at home and taking care of the household is not enough for her anymore. And I don't think that Gerard is understanding that. Kayla wants a career. She kind of mentioned the fact that Vanessa and Gerard are older than her. They're in their career. They're they're kind of on their own career path, and she's like, I also want that. I don't just want to stay home all the time. And they kind of came to a compromise where she again stated that she'll try to be home more, and he seemed to understand that. But yeah, Kayla wants a career. Some people want to work, some people don't want to work. She's the one that wants to work. So like I said, maybe they can come to a compromise where maybe she only does one of the jobs and not both of them, and maybe that'll help the situation. But if she wants to work, she should be able to work, you know. She wants that rainy day fund, she should be able to have that rainy day fund. And at the end, the producer actually asked Kayla, do you think that you guys are okay? And Kayla said that they were fine, that they had worked out what they needed to work out. So yeah, hopefully that stands. That's really a tough one to navigate. Yeah, that's a tough one to navigate. But yeah, that is the end of episode 5. What did you think of it? Did you like it? I think I always ask this question, but are you worried about any couples? I, of course, always say the Merrifields, you know, they're in murky territory. But I'm also a little bit worried about the Clarks, Vanessa and Gerard, them. I worry that if they can't come to a compromise about the whole Kayla working situation, family dynamic situation, I think that she may end up walking away. You know, like she said, she loves the family, but she wants a career. That's a difficult thing, you know. That's a difficult thing because she's been with them for 2 years, I guess 2+ years, so that's hard to navigate. And then we also have the Snowdens. What do you think about them potentially having 2 sister wives? Yeah. And also, I wonder if we're gonna see Crystalline again. That'll be interesting. Like, what if It's so murky. What if they ask Taylor and not Crystalline? Or what if they ask Crystalline and not Taylor? They're all friends, you know, they're all friendly, so that's a tough dynamic to navigate. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's interesting. Yeah. That is the end of episode 5, guys. What did you think of it? Let me know down below. Let me know down below. Thank you for watching. Bye.